so what I'm going to do now is, I had the hoses shortened, and I mean they work a lot better, but still when they're hitting on the belt cover, sometimes they try to, they could get pushed in there where in a certain circumstance they could probably get pinched. So not that I'd ever really be cutting at that much of an angle, but I want to fix it nonetheless. Plus I want to move this back a little bit, which will give me just a little bit more reach. I don't know, I just think it'd be better. It'd keep the hoses back a little farther so they'd be less likely to get pinched, and then, like I said, give me a little bit more reach if I need it. So we'll move this mount back that way and see what that looks like. I think that'll work a lot better right there. Harder than it looks trying to get to that middle bolt. Ah, dang. Had to break down and use the tape. Alright, finally. Huh. Let's do that in the old-fashioned way. I can get a, no, I can't get a wobble in there. Now let's tighten these belts up. Yeah, let's do this one. That's a little faster. So they don't seem too loose, but I mean maybe it needs to go tighter than that. I don't know. This thing didn't come with any kind of information. Whoops. So I loosened the adjusters up, and let's tighten these belts up a little bit. guess that's all right. I really don't know. So there, it's a little tighter. We'll raise it up off the ground just a little bit and spin them up, see if it squeals like it was when it was shut off. I don't know if that's normal or not, but we'll see what it does. Well, I think that's better. It didn't squeal, so maybe the belts was just loose on it. I might need to run with a little more tension than I had. All right, so this thing's finally coming together. Let's get this cover on here, and I may, on the engine cut or the motor cover, I may cut it where you can take it on and off without taking the hoses off, which ain't really a big deal, but I hate getting oil everywhere all the time. All right, let's get this cover on here. Yeah, I think it looks better moved back like that. So if anything, it'll give me a little more reach. So this cover goes over top of this motor, and I want to be able to take it on and off if needed without taking the hoses off. So I'm thinking something like that, and then cut this, say right here somewhere, to here somewhere, and go up to this hole here. Kind of the same thing on this other side. Put me a couple marks on it so I can see where to cut. And then on this side, that's hard to see, right over here, there's a grease fitting down in there. So I kind of want to say, so probably somewhere in here. About right. Somewhere in there I want a hole so I can get a grease gun in there and grease that fitting. So let's try that out. So now I need to drill a hole here. I have some pretty big drill bits, but my hole saw is over at a friend of mine's house, which is what I'd rather use. Cut me a better hole. I guess I could cut it with a cutoff wheel, but wouldn't be too pretty. We'll just try to drill it. Probably should just cut that piece off. There we go. Let's see if it fits on there. Oh yeah, I believe we can work with that. So you can see it's hitting these brackets we put on. So we'll cut some of that just to help it line up a little better, but I believe that'll work. Yeah, I'll probably cut this little piece off. Ain't really no need. It might just get snagged on something. All right, let's mark this and notch it. Still need to cut this corner out of this one. One more time. I'm thinking where we pulled this in, maybe it's causing it to be shifted this way just a little and not letting the bolt holes line up too good. So I can kind of push it over. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's like halfway over that hole, which I can just waller the holes out, I'm sure, and get it to line up. I believe it'll be good enough. So let's make sure our grease hole is going to line up. I believe it's pretty close. Might need to come up a little bit. I believe that's pretty close. Hopefully I won't cut my finger all the way off on it now. So let's drill a hole in that vicinity and see what we got. We'll start with a 1/4 inch hole and or a 1/4 inch bit. We'll see how well this actually lines up. So it's pretty close. Let's drill it out to a 1/2 inch and try it again. Now, I know that's not big enough for my grease gun, but at least I can see through it and see hopefully see the grease fit lined up exactly right. We'll try. So that's pretty close. I don't know if you can see down in that hole, but I can, and there's a big glob of grease right there on top of that grease fitting, so pretty darn close. I'm gonna drill that out with the biggest bit that I have, and I'll just come back later, maybe cut it with the plasma torch, or be kind of hard to cut with the hole saw after I've already drilled it out that big. But I don't feel like dragging that plasma cutter out and hooking it up, so we'll just drill it and let it go. But I'll waller out the mountain holes just a little bit to get them to line up and bolt this thing on. There we go. My grease gun might fit through that, but probably wouldn't get it snapped on and off real easy. This one probably won't even line up, or won't be able to get to it because of the brackets. So same with this side. Now if I can find the bolts that hold it on, we'll be done. Yeah, I'm not even gonna be able to get to that one really. We can get only one bolt in the top here, looks like, if it lines up. Oh yeah. Looking mint. Now I'll kind of tie them hoses up together. This thing will be ready to use, hopefully. I don't know, maybe you can see in that hole now. I won't really focus, but that's the grease fitting right there. So lined up pretty good. Just need to cut it a little bit bigger. Same thing here. I mean, you can look back in there at the angle and see the grease fitting, but it's nowhere near being lined up, so this needs cut out. And I just had to take the plasma up and do that one day, cut both these out. But yeah, let's get these hoses tied up and call this done. I'm sure I'll have to redo this at some point, but I don't know. Looks right to me for what it is anyway. Need to replace this seal in here. Forgot until I just grabbed it. Not perfect, but a little neater. I need to put another one there. So my GoPro died. Using my phone on this one. The hoses are actually pretty good the way they are. I know it looks kind of like a mess, but when I curl the mower in, roll it in this way, all the way, it goes a long way, which I don't think I'll ever be cutting at that angle. But there's a possibility they could get kind of kinked or pinched. But rolling it out, it ain't that bad. I mean, they're actually really good. It's just I wish I had mounted this plate, like the backside needs to be up a little bit. That way this linkage in here is more parallel with the mower. That would give me a little more, when I swing it out, I could go a little steeper, closer to the machine. That's something I may fix later on, but for right now I want to run the machine and use it for a while and make sure nothing else is going to fall apart on it. And just kind of get a good, you know, get a good impression of it, hopefully. Run it and work out any bugs. So you can see the grease coming out of the end here. The grease fitting that they had in it was too small for the threads. It was just sitting in there. No idea why they done that, but I bought a set of grease fittings because the ones I had were too small, and then all the ones in the set are either too big or too small. None of them's that size. It's like an oddball size, I guess. I don't have to get a grease fitting for that. And yeah, that's about it. So far it's worked better than I thought it would. I may still get rid of these little I don't know, them little guards that hang down there. I'd rather it be chains or something, because if I do swing back the other way, them try to catch a little bit. But for right now, I'm just going to run it and see how it does, and hopefully it hangs together and don't fall apart. Don't cost me any more money, because right now it's been pretty cheap. Alright, so let's get on something else. Try to run this later or tomorrow. Cut some, got some little saplings to cut. Yeah. Alright.